sugar. Hello guys, my name is Dear and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my review of the Faceless Ones. The Faceless Ones. This joke wasn't funny the first time, so I don't know why I've done it again. Hello, my name is Dear and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Faceless Ones. So for the past couple of weeks, I know it's taken me weeks, I've been able to watch the Faceless Ones. And today I'm going to be reviewing it. Now, it's a 6-part animated story from the Patchett Troughton era. There's like this set of like 3 stories. I think it's almost a season that has been lost. And it started off with the Macro Terror, then it's Faceless Ones, and then it's Fury of the Deep, I believe. So those ones are all going to get reanimated, and this is the second part. And I decided to buy it on Steelbook. Because I'm a bit of a nerd, and if you wanted to, you can check out my unboxing of that above. Should we start talking about the animation first? Because I think it's really interesting. I think that from Power of the Daleks, they've ascended in terms of animation. They've just got better and better and better from each one they've made. I think that, looking at Power of the Daleks, well, I didn't personally, but Will watched it, and he saw the animation, and he realised that it really wasn't that good. It seems a lot different, these newer ones. Macro Terror, I thought was a big step up, and so has been the Faceless Ones. It's beginning to look that kind of caricature, fakery look, but it's also looking real. The backgrounds are really beautiful. I hiccuped mid-line. Oh, I did it again. Backgrounds are looking really beautiful this time, and character designs are great. And, there's a lot of characters, a lot of designs here to master, and they've done a great job. I was looking at some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and, they were talking about how they only do, like, half characters if they have to. There's new ways that they've adopted for this episode that they haven't done for the, the Power of the Daleks. And that's come from trial and error. So let's start off with the kind of, like, the overall feel of the episode. I think that it's really enjoyable, the idea that it has a mystery inside of it, because we're not quite sure what these creatures want until like towards the end of the serial. I think it's a great thing to keep me interested. And I did stay interested because I was curious what they were doing, and as each episode came across, you learn little bits of information. And then to add on to that, I think I care enough about the characters because I find their mystery parts quite interesting, because they don't know what happened to this, that, or the other. I'm interested to see where they go, so that keeps me entertained throughout the 6-part story that I would say doesn't really get to the good stuff till at least halfway through. I really think Patchett Troughton is a great doctor. He's such a animated doctor in 2 ways. All of that kind of comes across in the animations, but it gives him a really nice depth and a real realness to him, which I think suits this Doctor really well. If you were to take maybe a more serious Doctor such as William Hartnell, he probably wouldn't transfer as well, because he does a lot of sort of standing, and he does a bit of swaying as well, which is weird. But Patchett Troughton does everything with his hands. He's constantly moving his hands around into all types of different shapes, doing that thing. He's constantly doing loads of things, and I think that really makes him a good doctor. I commented previously on the fact that I felt like the Steelbook was weird. I would have really liked if they included, like the Faceless Ones in the cover. I actually quite like this cover more now than I did before. Now, watching the episode and seeing it in context, a lot of the episode is, we're in the airport, what do we do now? Instead of what is up there. There's plenty of shots that I think are really complicated to do inside of an airport, and I'm not talking about the animation here. Well, I am, that is also true, but in terms of how they would film it, how they would get there to film it, there are shots of planes and stuff. I don't know how they were done in the 60s, but in modern time, with these animations, I think it might have lent itself into making these things look cooler, because, they have a little bit more versatility in what they can do with a shot, because I actually haven't seen what the original shots would have been like. A shot of, the plane going into the spaceship during episode 5 could have looked a lot different, and in fact, it could have looked a lot more simple and a lot more cheap than it did in the animated version, because that was actually really well structured and really well created and brought all together. Okay, time to talk about the negative stuff then. I felt like with most classic episodes of Doctor Who, they always forget how to do a conclusion to a character. They just seem to kind of let them leave, and it's the same with Polly and Ben here. compared that they've been around for so long, they just kind of let them go quite quickly without any real reason. In fact, they don't even appear much in the episode, and then they just leave at the end. I just felt that was just weird. There's also the obvious pacing issue that I talked a little bit about, but I don't really mind it because I feel like with 6 parts, I'll let it slide because I still found it enjoyable, even though those 6 parts were not always going at 100%. There was always something that kept me entertained throughout, and overall I would call it a really good story. A lot of interesting stuff, a lot of fun stuff, and a lot of visual effects that I really enjoyed. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you are new. I hope you like that I'm using a microphone now instead of my camera, so you don't have to listen to the hurricane that I appear to film in. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.